All right, guys, I got some bad news about today's video.
Because your brain is going to rot inside your head.
When I first saw this, I was like, oh, this is just the TikTok version of all the Instagram scammers I look at. And then I was like, well, maybe this is some type of satire. But the thing is, I don't think it's satire because if it was satire, she wouldn't actually be like selling these things. She would be like a comedy account, just parodying these and maybe trying to bait people into, you know, discourse or something. I also think that the little funny kind of tongue-in-cheek things that we're gonna look at, it's not because it's satire, it's because it's kink material. I think that this is some type of fetish stuff. And I've heard people say that like a lot of trad stuff is just, it's just a fetish. It's just someone who's young and horny and single fetishizing about marriage or married life or being a housewife or something as a kink. And I think that there's something to that. It's pretty likely that you might have seen this video. I think it went viral. It says feminism versus reality. And the caption from Shannon Michaela, it says, make women women again.
Feminism is a scam. A few years ago, I was an angry, blue-haired feminist. I once believed that male privilege was real.
You can go your own way politically. You know, you can be a young, naive person and then change your mind. That's totally fine. I did the same thing. But this move from being like a stereotypical leftist or a blue-haired feminist or something like that to being a right-wing grifter is extremely profitable because it buys right into their narrative. It's just like the no longer vegan or why I left the left. It's like, it's very common online. We even see it with like mainstream politicians. I mean, look at Kristen Sinema. She did the same exact thing.
Of the wage gap. Now that I understand the true motives of feminism, I know that this could not be further from the truth, and that modern day feminism is a war on true masculinity.
It's not a war on masculinity. You're gonna have some people who are misandrous, or maybe they've been traumatized by men, so they have some issues there. That's like a personal thing for them. But the feminist movement in general is not anti-man. At least not the feminist movement that I've ever known. A lot of it is about equity or equality. And so degrading men wouldn't help them at all. It wouldn't help improve the systems that these feminists are trying to improve.
All women had the right to vote. Most were stay-at-home wives, which meant they weren't...
Stay-at-home wives, I think this is a really funny way that she frames this. Obviously, you can tell that she's kind of saying, like, we should go back to being more traditional. And I think it's interesting that she didn't use the phrase stay-at-home moms. I wonder if maybe that appeals a little bit less to people. So I think that that's just a funny little rhetorical thing. Stay-at-home wives.
Working jobs and couldn't be taxed. Our overlords didn't like that.
I always think of this when you look at the economic graphs from when women really joined the workforce. 60s, 70s, 80s, there was a mass movement where women went from being homemakers to being in the workforce, and you see just our economy just doubled. I always think about that thing from 30 Rock where they're like, you have to find an untapped market. That's when they invented the nightlight. It's because that's the only time when no one's using any light bulbs, so we sell them a nightlight, and it's like, you can now double your fucking light bulb sales because now people are gonna have a light bulb that burns all night. I always think about that with women joining the workforce. It was like, hey, like, we need more workers, we need to expand our economy, because if you don't have perpetual growth under capitalism, you don't have capitalism. And so it's like, oh, sure, just have the women join them. And so I get what she's saying. It's a very cynical look at that, but she's saying that our overlords wanted women in the workforce so they could make more money. And while I don't necessarily disagree with that completely, I also think that women were seeking financial liberation. They wanted the ability to fucking leave their abusive husband if they needed to.
Would then be separated from their parents and sent to Rockefeller-funded schools.
Okay, children going to school has been a thing since like way before women started working. Even my kids go to school and like it's not a full work day.
Children would then be separated from their parents and sent to Rockefeller-funded schools to be indoctrinated by the state. All of this ultimately disrupting the family unit at its core. Feminism is defined as the belief in social, economic, and political equality of the sexes. But in the West, I must ask, what rights do men have that women don't?
Okay, but the only reason we have those rights is because of the feminist movements over time.
Modern feminists are convincing women that hookup culture, using hormonal birth control, and not shaving is liberation.
That is not what modern feminists antifeminism is about. Hookup culture, not shaving, and birth control. First of all, hormonal birth control, even though I'm not like the biggest fan myself, like on a personal level, do you know how many women that has saved? Do you know how many terrible situations? It's countless. And then shaving your legs is a personal choice. This is purely aesthetic. And this is the part where I feel like it starts to get into the vibe of being like, oh, this is just like a weird kink for you. Okay.
Toxic masculinity is prevalent and the patriarchy must be dismantled. Through movies and media, we're taught that working for the man, climbing the corporate ladder, and paying tax is more empowering and valuable than raising.
No, having the right and the access to being able to have your own financial independence from a man is what's empowering. Working at a corporate job isn't the fun part. It's the part where you don't have to sit in a house your whole life and stare at the fucking peeling wallpaper until you die. It's the idea that women are capable of working those jobs. There used to be this separation that those kind of jobs were for men, and we have shown for decades now that women are more than capable of working those jobs. Also, we pay taxes because we're born into this society. If I don't pay them, I go to jail. And if you don't pay them, the same thing's gonna happen to you. Good luck with your little homesteading plan, though.
Paying tax is more empowering and valuable than raising the next generation. Women have lost touch with our natural loving instincts.
But women are raising the next generation. We always are. And also, I cannot tell you how many, like, Nazi accounts I have seen post this picture of the laughing lady holding a baby with the sheep. Just, it's their favorite fucking stock photo.
Men and women are not the same. And by protesting for...
Yeah, we know. Men and women are not the same. But men and women can do a lot of the same things, and men and women deserve to have the same opportunities in life. That we're not saying that like they're exactly the same, but they're both complex human beings. I don't know. Like, what's the point of bringing that up? What's the point of bringing up that men and women are capable of different things? What's the next logical step in that, like, argument? What good could come out of that?
And women are not the same. And by protesting for equality of outcome rather than opportunity.
By protesting for equality of outcome, we're not protesting for equality of outcome. We are protesting for equality of opportunity. So, like, you can't just, like, say stuff. You can't just say stuff.
Feminists are demonizing and emasculating.
We're demonizing and emasculating men. Well, maybe they should fucking sack up. Really, men are the victims here. Sorry. And then that's it.
Men.
It ends. Oh, it looks like there's a part 2. Hold on. Oh, she posted it twice, which is an interesting choice. I wonder if that was just to get twice as many clicks. Yeah, you'll see right here. The next video is just her butt. She's eating fruit with her feet. Definitely, it is definitely not kink material though. So she does a lot of these like stretching videos. Okay, you get the idea. She's very flexible. So are you ready for this? It says, what are your rising rituals?
Perineum sunning is one of the best ways to receive vitamin D.
She's sunning her gens. Okay, so then this is when I was like, I think she's joking. This has got to be a joke.
Hi, I'm Shannon, and this
Foot
is my
fetish
morning
stuff.
as a wellness influencer. I start my day with some ethical Peruvian cacao and prepare some raw liver.
It's like she's trying to be as gross as possible about it. Just wait, this is raw liver.
Remembering that digestion starts in the mouth. I then walk barefoot to my nearest private beach to do my daily perineum sunning. Perineum.
There are like boats going by and stuff. So then someone's like flawless goddess of comedy. And so I was like, oh yeah, okay, this has got to be a joke. But the thing is, this happened before with someone I looked at on my channel. It was what I spend in a day. And it was the girl and she was joking about doing radical feminism, that her partner needed to like do reparations because he's a man and she's a woman. And I had looked at like quite a bit of her content and like I was kind of at the point where I was like, this seems silly. But then like a lot of the content, it seems genuine. If it is parody, to what end? Because is she just mocking feminists? Is she mocking the idea of reparations? Is this parody? Maybe. I think she's just being silly for her audience in this one. But like, it makes you think, wait, is she doing a parody of grifters, of these wellness grifters? But then if you look at the rest of her content, and if you look at her like links and the things she sells, She is 100% making money off of this. She's selling Web3 resource guide, one-to-one coaching, NFT collection. Like, if I just turned my channel into like all right-wing stuff and all I talked about was right-wing stuff and I never broke character, aren't I just a right-wing channel? Like, I don't know. To me, it doesn't really seem that useful as parody. What's that rule? There's a rule about parody. Poe's law is an adage of internet culture stating that without a clear indicator of the author's intent, every parody of extreme views can be mistaken by some readers for a sincere expression of the views being parodied. I like parody and I think that these things are funny, but I think there has to be like a reasonable outcome for it. If I just got on here and for like one of my videos I impersonated someone like this, like a wellness grifter, you guys, my audience, would all get that. Oh, look at the I just noticed my microphone. It's got her in there. Green screen mic. Green screen mic. I think though what it is that she's being silly in these videos for clicks and to make her audience laugh. She knows these weird kinky guys, like, they like to laugh too. Everybody likes a joke, even freaks, you know? Let's see another liver video.
Cow liver is truly nature's superfood. I have 200 grams every week and eat it raw to preserve nutrients and enzymes.
Just want to point out that like liver does not taste good. Like, it has a reputation of being like really earthy, bitter. There's like a very like minerally taste to it. A lot of people who do take raw liver, like they take it, they like swallow it and like almost to bypass their taste buds. This girl is relishing in it. It says how to fuck the system. Grow your own food. That was always allowed. You can be a housewife. You can have as many kids as you want. You don't have to, if you want to go get a sugar daddy and you stay at home and be a housewife or whatever, do it. If you want to grow your own food, do it. You're allowed to go do this stuff. Eat healthy and exercise. I don't know. They'll say something about how they want to keep you fat and on pills or something. It's like, I guess they're not going to actually like stop you from exercising. Turn off the TV. Yeah, I guess. By the way, you're a social media star. I just want to point that out. Homeschool your kids. Support small businesses. Again, that was always allowed. Spread love. Yeah, they fucking hate when you do that. You're not allowed to spread love. We'll get one kinky one before we go. Oh, she's got quarters on her belly. Let's see. Ooh, skills. Dang, you know, this girl, I gotta say, she's a very talented athlete. She does these back bends. She teaches people how they can work on their splits. Honestly, like, I wish we lived in a world where these skills that she has, she loves making content. She's super athletic. I wish that was enough. I wish that she didn't also have to expand her audience into this weird grifter sphere, because this should be enough. Day in my life as a circus performer.
And I will definitely have to fix it by tomorrow. Despite that, the show did go well and
on
hit
fire.
The target, thankfully. We had
But how much does it suck that this girl can do all this stuff? She can shoot flaming arrows with her feet upside down, inside out. That's just not enough. God, you know, fucking 2013 Instagram would have fucking loved you. But now you got to do all this weird, like, anti-feminism, anti-woke shit, and, you know,
Up yours, woke moralists.
bye-bye. Oh, wait, hold on. I didn't mean to say goodbye. I meant to say
Goodbye.